It's retro renaissance channel.
Now, we've talked a lot about sitcoms before, and we've touched on their theme songs, so I will do my very best to avoid repeating those. And with that, let's go. Afternoon, everybody. They were catchy, heartwarming, and unskippable. You had an appointment with your favorite show, and you watched the theme song and the commercial surrounding it. While this can be a drag with some theme songs, with others it was a joy and they get stuck in our heads. And one such theme song just wants to let us know that
it's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design.
This spin-off of Perfect Strangers, which, side note, also had a pretty banging theme song, was a hit lasting from September 22nd, 1989 to May 9th, 1997, and starred Reginald VelJohnson,
Welcome to the party, pal!
Kelly Williams, Jo Marie Payton, Darius McCrary, and Jaleel White. While I never really could stand Steve Urkel, and even more so his alter ego Stefan,
Please, party on, party on.
I did enjoy the show and the rest of the game.
Room for me, for gentle hearts and opportunity. As days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
What's happened to me here?
Stephen J. Cannell created 45 episodes of this show. While the show didn't last a long time, the theme song stands alone.
It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free.
The song charted at number 2 on the Billboard charts. Although it was beaten by Endless Love, it's not common that a TV theme song would chart so high, even beating out another famous TV theme song.
No one told you life was gonna be this way.
And yes, there were a few that did reach number 1. The show stars William Katt, who plays a school teacher, and aliens come down and give him a magical suit, which he immediately loses the instructions for. A fun story, great acting, and a superb theme song.
It hit me from out of the blue, breaking me out of the spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free.
Show me that smile again.
Show me that smile.
Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're nowhere near.
Growing Pains ran for 7 seasons. The series followed the journey of the Seaver family, which included psychiatrist and father Jason, journalist and mother Maggie, and their children Mike, Carol, Ben, and Chrissy. The show was a hit, and the theme song was too. As soon as you hear
We gotta be the luckiest dreamers who never quit dreaming as long as we keep on giving.
you can instantly recognize it.
Cannot tell you how many people come up to me and sing me the song. And so I love that.
Originally, the theme song almost went to Frankie Valli. However, instead it ended up with a few singers during the show's run. Season 1, it was sang solo by B.J. Thomas, and in Seasons 2, 3, 5, and in part of Season 7, it was sang by B.J. Thomas, along with Jennifer Warnes. However, in Season 4, it was sang by B.J. Thomas featuring Dusty Springfield for the intro. At this time, the series was already a hit, and a full version of the song was recorded so it could be sold as a single and distributed to radio. Later in Season 6 and part of Season 7, the song would feature Joe Chimay, Jim Haas, John Joyce, and George Merrill, and they sang an a cappella version of the song.
We gotta be the luckiest dreamers who never quit dreaming.
Alan Thicke would be the Seaver family leader, And in honor of his father, Robin Thicke would also sing this theme song on The Masked Singer.
Gonna smile again. Don't waste another minute on you crying. You know we need it.
The show would have a slew of teen beat fodder with Kirk Cameron and a new and upcoming star, Leonardo DiCaprio.
We got each other. We got the world spinning right in our hands. Baby, you and me, we gotta be the luckiest dreamers that ever could dream.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
The Good Old Boys, the Short Shorts, Daisy Dukes, and constantly at odds with the local lawman Boss Hogg. For me, this show was usually on mid-afternoons and not really a show I watched often if I could avoid it. However, if you did watch the show, there were a few things you could count on. A slow-motion scene of the General Lee jumping on almost every episode, and a classic country-sounding theme song.
That's just a little bit more than the normal allowed. Just a good old boy. They wouldn't change if they could. Fighting the system like a true modern-day Robin Hood.
This song would also reach number 1 on the country charts, and it is one of the few TV theme songs that would have an already established singer to sing the song. Thanks to Waylon Jennings, the Dukes theme sped to number 1 on November 1st, 1980. The show would last from January 26, 1979 to February 8, 1985, and have a failed spin-off with Enos, which was a short-lived American action comedy television series that aired on CBS from November 12, 1980 to May 20th, 1981. And I still remember the credits of that show. That being said, it would be the Duke Boys that would make it big, featuring a now problematic Confederate flag aside. The show, the car, and the theme song are remembered to this day.
That's fattening. Oh, I don't care.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some.
Arnold Jackson and older brother Willis are welcomed into the family of wealthy New York businessman Philip Drummond when their mother, his former housekeeper, passes away. The two brothers become part of the Drummond family and learn various lessons about life. Earlier, we talked about Alan Thicke. Did you know he wrote the theme song for Diff'rent Strokes?
What you talking about, Willis?
Diff'rent Strokes was one of the only shows at that time that dealt with serious, real issues, and we dealt with a lot of them.
I also told you not to drink. You smell like a brewery.
I only had a couple of drinks.
And while a supportive 80s father may have taken care of Willis and Arnold, another one was needed to craft the iconic theme.
My TV dad, Alan Thicke, and Gloria Loring wrote that.
But I met Alan Thicke, and he was like, oh yeah, well, you know, I wrote The Facts of Life and Diff'rent Strokes. And I was like, you wrote The Facts of Life, the theme song, and Diff'rent Strokes? Oh yeah, but you know, that was a while ago, and I'm acting now.
Not only this show, he also penned the theme songs for other shows such as The Joker's Wild and Wheel of Fortune, just to name a few. The story of Diff'rent Strokes, however, would let us know that the world doesn't move to the beat of just one drum. And with that opening, it became a song we can't forget.
Different strokes it takes, different strokes to move the world. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to shine.
Love, exciting and new.
Now, the Love Boat passengers search for romantic nights aboard a beautiful ship traveling to the tropical or mysterious countries, and they decide to pass their vacation aboard the Love Boat, where Gopher, Dr. Bricker, Isaac, Julie, and Captain Stubing try their very best to please their customers, and sometimes help them fall in love, hence the name, the Love Boat. While things are not always easy on the ship, in the end, love wins. Although this show by Aaron Spelling had a fictional theme song and some fictional stories, it was set on a real ship and based on a book. The show, however, was not realistic at all. I was gonna make a video about one of the episodes, but 5 minutes in, I was bored. This show does not hold up. One thing the show would be known for is its guest stars. Some of these highlights are
Love, exciting and new. Come aboard.
the theme song is one that people can sing and instantly recognize.
You and love.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Now for fair play, this is just a cover of a classic Frank Sinatra song. However, it really did attach itself to Al and the Gang. The show is about a flawed character, edgy stories, and for the time this was considered raunchy. However, by today's standards, it's pretty mild. The show is the reason we have the Fox network. The only show that they had at the time that was a hit and made it a viable channel to last was Married with Children.
You know, Al, since the kids are both gone, I was thinking maybe we could fool around.
Peg, if we do that now, your birthday just won't be special.
IMDb tells us that the overall focus of the show was about the Bundys, a suburban Chicago family who would rather eat nails than say a kind word to one another. Al, the patriarch, is a misogynistic shoe salesman, whose wife, Peggy, is a housewife who does no work around the house. And their children, Kelly and Bud, do not have a lot going for them, and that's an understatement. This biting comedy focuses on the couple's constant verbal sparring over their slacker kids, their lack of money, success, and intimacy.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
I thought you were spending the night out.
I did. Scooch over. Oh.
You can't have one without the other.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. There's a time you gotta go and show you grow, and now you know about the facts of life. The facts of life. When the world never seems to be living up to your dreams.
Now this brings us back again to Mr. Alan Thicke with this theme song from Facts of Life. Facts of Life was actually a spin-off to Diff'rent Strokes, where the housekeeper became a house mother at an all-girls school.
Hi, Arnold. What are you doing up here? Oh, Tony. It's about time you noticed me.
So you take the good and you take the bad, but this would also be the role to introduce us to Molly Ringwald, as the original show took place with a large cast and over 20 girls attending the boarding school. After they realized that was just too big of a cast, they narrowed it down. And our main cast would end up being Lisa Whelchel as Blair Warner, Kim Fields as Tootie, Mindy Cohen as Natalie Green, Nancy McKeon as Jo, and Charlotte Rae as Edna Garrett.
You think you'd rather do without, you never make it through without the truth. The facts of life are all about you. The facts of life.
The Wonder Years was a very charming show about life in simpler times, at least through the eyes of our narrator, Daniel Stern, who would be the voice of adult Kevin in the series.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
The series depicts the social and family life of a boy in a typical American suburban middle-class family from 1968 to 1973, covering the ages of 12 through 17. Each year in the series takes place exactly 20 years before the airing, from 1988 to 1993. So the show's plot would center around Kevin Arnold, the son of Jack and Norma Arnold. So since I've touched on these songs before, I'm just going to say an honorable mention to the Golden Girls.
You would see the big the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
And of course, Cheers.
Takes everything you've got.
Even if you did not watch many of these shows, almost everybody knows the theme songs. That being said, let's continue the conversation with the sitcoms over here. Now, since the majority of the topics I cover are from the 1980s, most of my videos are not monetized. I just love making them, but if you want to say thank you, you can use the super thanks button below. And if not, that's fine. I just want to thank you for being here, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, friends.